As we continue looking at the life and times of ANC Jessie Duarte, who passed away in the early hours of this morning, we are joined by Mandla Mandela, from Bomvini in the Eastern Cape to reflect on Comrade Duarte. Thank you very much for your time this morning. And maybe just start by sharing your thoughts on the woman that you knew as Jessie Duarte.
Thank you. And for us, it is a really sad loss as the Royal House of Mandela and the Greater Mandela family. We would want to first and foremost send our condolences to the family and the extended families for their sad loss. Our thoughts and prayers are with them all in this time of bereavement. And we do pray that they find solace in the knowledge that she lived her life in the struggle for liberation, justice, and freedom for all. Auntie Jessie, as we always called her in the family, she loved our family and would always inquire about us and our well-being. She served as Utatomkulu Nkosi Dalpunga's first secretary of the ANC with Auntie Barbara Masekela, while Madiba was at Shell House. My grandfather, Madiba, loved her very much and valued her as a no-nonsense woman who was stoic in her leadership style, totally dedicated to her leadership and the movement in general, and someone he could always rely on.
And of course, we can't discount her political career and the contribution she made to the fight against apartheid.
Absolutely. I mean, Auntie Jessie, from the days of the United Democratic Front, she played quite a significant role in our struggle for liberation. And we therefore give thanks and express gratitude for a life well lived and a struggle well fought, and a return to her eternal home as a hero, courageous leader, and a true servant of our people. She was one of those cadres that served the leadership of the African National Congress, as well as understood that the position that she was granted was always in service of our people, and therefore she lived the life of an activist committed to advancing the program of the ANC and fighting for the rights of our people.
What of many of her amazing elements to her character, the servanthood and her steadfastness and strength, and really dedication to different communities around the country and across the continent, if we are to be broad? What of those qualities would you say should be embedded in her legacy going forward?
I think as a parliamentarian and someone that has been serving in the ANC caucus since May 2009, I will always treasure and value the input she made. And she used to always come to the ANC caucus as the DSG and be able to tell us at all given points in Parliament, we must always maintain our utmost discipline to ensure that the ANC must never be compromised. But we always admired and even personally admired her role in the international solidarity movement. As you know, the Palestinian issue was always close to her heart, and she has always been an advocate for the oppressed people of Palestine. And we have been to marches with her, even to the Apartheid Israel embassy, calling on the Apartheid Israel embassy to be shut down and the ambassador to be sent packing from our shores. And this is the courageous leader that we will always remember and treasure. And we will sadly miss her departure.
Now, she was never one to shy away either from criticism that was posed to the African National Congress, particularly over the last decade or so. She would address a lot of those issues head on. Just based on her engagements, before her passing, how much of a concern did she express about the state of the party and really where it was leading the country as a whole?
Well, Auntie Jessie has always been frank and honest in doing an introspection of who we are as the African National Congress. And where there were wrongdoings, she would be able to speak frankly on the issues. And I think it was a real concern to her, particularly when we were seeing many of self-serving leaders emerging in the structures of the African National Congress, because she is one of those that have been at the forefront of serving our people and being the servant of our nation. And therefore, these things eked her out to see that leaders of today were about themselves, were position-driven, were about growing their own pockets. And she strived to find amicable solutions so that we can be able to return the African National Congress to the glorious and mighty organization that it has always been. We therefore, we will always remember her as a sister and as a mother, a leader and a hero of a strong character, unshakable in faith in the ANC, as well as her loyalty and her devotion to those who she served.
Thank you very much. That is Nkosi Mandla Mandela joining us this morning to speak about the legacy of Auntie Jessie as he fondly remembers her.